and also I cannot figure out what the problem is because I didn't display a message. Okay, so let me display now a message. In order to display a message, it's a bad idea to use message box. On the other hand, you can use something called error provider. The error provider here, which is here, we are going to use it to display message related to this text box. So how do you use it? When you have an error here, all you have to do is do the following: error provider 1 dot set error. Now you specify the control that should display the error message, and in this case it's pname text box, and the error message you want the user to see is that the name wait a minute, let's say a name should be entered. Okay, and this is it. Okay, other one, and after that exit sub. Okay, I want to exit the subroutine. And now also error provider 1 dot set error pname text box. The name should not exceed 10 chars. It's as simple as that. And finally exit sub. Okay, now if neither of these causes an error, this means the data is valid, so we should hide the error message. Error provider 1 dot set error, and this one should be pname text box nothing. Someone might ask, okay, why we are setting it to nothing? We might not get to execute this one. Well, the reason, maybe you enter invalid value at first, so you will get error message. Later on, you don't want this error message to remain after you enter the correct value. So let's try this one now. Okay, so let's add a new value. So now if I try to press tab, I get an error. I put the pointer and get the text I want. So let's put a long string and try to navigate away. So now the message changes. Now if I put this message NME 1 2 2 3 4, now this is obviously 6 characters. I can navigate away. Now it's correct. Okay, if I clear this, try to navigate away, this is a null value, it will be rejected. So let's do other validation for other fields. So the P address, we want the P address to be 10 characters, so we select that, we go to validating. Now again, if P address text box dot text equal nothing, then e dot cancel equal true, which means we're having a problem, and error provider 1 dot set error, it will be P address text box, and after that you should provide an address. Okay, and then exit sub, and finally we should hide the error message. So error provider dot set error P address text box, and error message is nothing. So we finished this one. Same will be done for the age. Okay, now the age will be a little bit different. We want to make sure that it's not a negative value, it's a number as well. So all we have to do is the following: try dimension I as integer, and I equal integer dot parse, and this will be ph text box dot text. Now if I smaller than or equal to 0, then err dot raise 1. Okay, so if any problem happened here while parsing this value, which should be a number, or if the value is negative, we will get an error. So if we get an error, obviously the value is not valid. So e dot it will be wait a minute, yeah, e dot err, oh sorry, I chose the wrong method. I'm sorry, I should go to validating. So just yeah, validating. Now here, now this is going to be correct. Gosh, sorry about that. So e dot cancel equal true, and error provider 1 dot set error ph text box, and the error should be the age is a positive integer value. Okay, and finally finally error provider 1 dot set error ph text box, nothing. And finally we have this zip code, right? I guess it's a zip code. Yes, just double click that. So it is going to be something similar. So let's go to validating again, and I'm gonna copy this because it's very similar. Now the only other difference is that if postal code textbox dot text dot length doesn't equal 5, then err dot raise 1. I'm getting an error if this one is not length 5. B. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna change this one. It's gonna be postal code. Now the postal code is 5 digits. Okay, so and finally it's here. Okay, so let me explain the code here. So if the length of the postal code is not 5 characters, then raise an error, which means the data is not valid. Okay, also if the parsing of the postal code into an integer, okay, failed, which means you have some kind of characters inside the postal code, we will get also an error. And finally, if the value of the postal code is negative, this will also cause an error. So we are making sure that there is no such things, such errors. Finally, if any error happened, cancel the operation and display the error message to explain things to the user. If none of these get executed, means the data is correct, so just hide the error message. So now let's save this and run the project, and we're gonna see how this works. So add, I'm gonna make lots of mistakes. So first of all, I'm gonna try to navigate away. I cannot, so this is the message. Okay, now next I'm gonna put a very long name, and here a name should be entered. Okay, so when I want to navigate away here, the name should not exceed 10 cards. So let's say let's call this person Todd, so we have no problem. Now if I want to navigate away, this one's asking me to provide an address, so this person is in Canada, and the telephone is 1234556, whatever. Now the age, I'm gonna put -3, try to navigate away, I get age is positive integer value. Now just to make sure, 2.3, try to navigate away, doesn't work. And now if I put, for example, 77, it works. Notes, I didn't put any validation on that, but I'm gonna enter back. Now for the postal address, I'm gonna put this text, try to navigate away, I can't. Now I'm gonna put the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have 5 characters. So since I can navigate all these, I can now save, and my data is saved now. Okay, so as you can see, this is how we can do validation. One last thing, this is not the only way to do validation. Another method to do that is when you add a data set, you just double click your data set here. You will get the name of the columns and a number of properties. Select the column from here and you get a number of properties over here. As you can see here, you can specify the maximum length, what will the null value do in case you have one, if you want this column to be unique, if you will allow null values and stuff like that. Okay, I don't think there's much you can do from here, but basically the most common way that you can do validations through using the validating event of the control. So this is all about validation for today. Hope you'll find this useful. Check out the website www.mka-soft.com, that you can see other video tutorials and how to. If you have further questions or suggestions, send them to the email, and that will be all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. Bye bye.